Yeah, so we're gonna be watching a video specifically on it too as well. But I want to take a look at it. Apparently they're mostly positive. Let me see. So there's about there's only like 222 reviews? Really? Well, I did hear also on top of that that Sweet Baby Inc. is got their hands on this game too. I actually tried the demo. It's not a bad game actually, but nah, sweet is it okay? It's because Sweet Baby Inc. Because so this is the one thing that I've heard, right? This is the one thing I've heard specifically that the main character was supposed to be white, but apparently Sweet Baby got their hands on it, and then they changed her to being black. So that's what I've heard. It's not confirmed. That's what I've heard. Okay, all right. Don't come after me with pitchforks and shit like that. Okay. So let me take a look at the reviews. Let me see the negative reviews. So there's 79 people that are negative, right? Controls are a bit janky, and overall the game did not hold my attention for the past first hour or so. Yeah, but you only played for like an hour or so. The combat responses are slow and at times unresponsive. Keyboard bindings reset if you map it to the wrong button, i.e. using mouse scroll wheel to dodge resets the default once you try to save. If the combat moves were more responsive, it would be more enjoyable at times. I'm gonna say no until developers fix a certain aspect like the combat. In particular, the dodge it is pathetic. You dodge towards the damn enemy and usually right into their unblockable attack. And there is the ammunition issue with the musket. What is even the point when you cannot get more without resting and thus resetting the enemies. Another issue is ranged enemies shooting through terrains. I see. Yeah. I'll be interested to see what the video has to say specifically about it, right? Hopefully we'll see if like how much more in depth they'll talk about it specifically on the video itself. What is it? Like this game came out and then Concord having their recent open beta, and I've heard that Concord is also not doing very well too as well. I've heard Concord has been pretty terrible too as well on top of that. Let me see. There's probably no one there's no one here, so because I know that their beta thing was pretty bad as well, so you know. Hey, look at that. We got the level 8 hype thing or so. But let's go take a look at the video. Let's go take a see. Let's go take a see what Rev has to talk about it specifically. Maybe he'll give us more in depth on the situation itself of the video itself at least. What is that? What is that emote anyways? Raccoon pop? All right, let's take a look at it, shall we? Let's take a look at the Flintlock. Let's take a look at the Flintlock.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So today we have another round of Sweet Baby and DEI ruining a game, and
I just feel like Concord. It's just so generic though. I don't know. It's like they're trying to be like, because when I saw the trailer specifically, I thought it was like a single player game, but it's not a single player game, and it kind of gave me like a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe, right? But like it felt like the game was trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was not Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the only reason why I thought it was a single player game. That's what I initially thought, but it was not a single player game, and it was a hero shooter. But it just felt so, I don't know, it just kind of felt so generic. I don't know. I haven't given it a try, of course, but that's just my opinion on it. So just from the look of it anyways, it just doesn't look very interesting. There was another hero shooter that was kind of like, oh, this is pretty cool concept, where they use cards or so, and they kind of like changes the environment, either turns it upside down or adds grass or so in a specific area, or makes the character's head inflate a little bit more bigger for better headshot and stuff like that, you know. I thought that was pretty cool of a concept idea personally when it came to a hero shooter. But at Concord was kind of like and then also, you know, it did confirm that, like, you know, a lot of people who played it or so, that the movement felt very slow. So on top of that, I heard XQC refunded Concord. PS he never refund any game, even if he didn't like it. I guess Concord is something special. Really? He refunded Concord? That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Huh. I did not know about that, actually.
So right now, a lot of people are talking about this game, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. As you can see, PlayStation here proudly announcing that this new open world Souls-light has launched on the PS5. However, there's an issue if you look into the comments section. You can see hundreds of users saying,
the game has always smelled like DEI Wokefest. No thanks. Sorry, not interested in any SBI. Had a hand in Sweet Baby Ink infected. I'm good, thanks. Nothing from SBI. Not interested in Phil touched by Sweet Baby Ink. SBI trash. No thanks. You know, that's understandable. You know, ever since Sweet Baby Ink got, like, you know, got exposed or so this year, a lot of people have been kind of like pretty worried about some of these games, specifically if Sweet Baby Ink like has their little claws or little fingers, you know, around the game itself, right? I don't know. For me specifically, right? I'll never, you know, because one of the things that I would love to do, right, specifically, is open up a game studio, just because, you know, other game studios are kind of having a trouble, especially in the AAA scene. They're having trouble in making good games, so maybe I want to try it and make a good game. Maybe make a good game and not have any like Sweet Baby Ink Incorporated or anything in sort of nation. Like, I would like to make I may just play indies and retro games now. That's understandable. That's complete. I completely understand. I've been playing some at least a little bit of some of the older games recently. I did bought me some indie games too as well that piques my interest. But I mostly play a lot of Eastern Asian games, like anime games in general, just because, you know, DEI destroy every industry. Yeah, so I'll eventually, you know, in the future, in the far off future, I do want to open up a game studio, right? Of course, but we are going to make hot characters, okay? All right, let me just give this a warning to all you guys, right? We're gonna be focused on gameplay, some good story writing, and then freaking hot characters. Don't worry, chat. I promise I'll give you guys some hot characters, no ugly characters, okay? All right. Sweet Baby Ink is still a concern, but has definitely taken a back burner mentally since so many people are on the top of it. Bridge is what really freaks me out, since it's still flying relatively under the radar. I see.
saying things like this. And here is 6 random comments. This is not curated. This is just 6 comments in a row, and they all have the same message in common, and that is a mention of Sweet Baby Ink. Who would have thought Sweet Baby would kill another video game? As you can see, reported by That Park Place, Sweet Baby Ink developed Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn releases to abysmal player numbers. Who would have thought that Sweet Baby would bring down another game? Totally shocking development. Yeah, the game is off to a very, very bad start. This was a game that was hyped up for many years, and at launch...
Was it hyped up? I don't remember Flintlock being hyped up. Am I like misremembering or so? I don't remember this game getting so much traction. At least not to my knowledge. Has it? I don't know. I haven't heard too much about it, at least personally. Like, I don't know. Is it hyped in its niche fan base? I guess if it was hyped in the niche fan base, I guess. The only trailer I saw was just the one trailer from the game show, and that's about it. For me, I didn't even heard about it till the demo release. I saw the trailer, so when they announced it specifically, it's kind of weird, to be honest. I guess there was some people excited, question mark?
Launch here is already sitting with a few hundred active players at the current time. It is going very, very poorly, and just like anything else, it all comes back to Sweet Baby Inc. They ruined another game with their woke agenda. Now, this is why detecting Sweet Baby and what they're working on is so crucial, because right now, they are a death mark. They are a death mark on anything they're attached to. Whatever game it is, whatever company they're working with, it's bad news for them. When players find out about this, they're going to speak with their wallets, and I'm glad they're doing this with this game as well. They are not playing it. Players know that it's a Sweet Baby Inc. product, so they're avoiding it. And that's why groups like Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, the Steam group that started a whole lot of drama only a few months back, and also DEI Detected are so important. Those are groups started by Cabrutus, and they have been very, very key in identifying these games that Sweet Baby and other woke companies, consulting firms.
Oh yeah, wait, isn't this the guy that's the Brazilian guy or so that told people about like the Sweet Baby Inc. or so? Am I the only one that thinks SBI is a SaaS name? A SaaS name? It's so weird how this person, right? This Brazilian guy, right, was like calling them out or so of the woke shenanigans, right? And then like they were trying to like, you know, they were trying to like do a bunch of stuff or so. Like what was it? Was one of them doxing or so, or trying to get him fired or something, or try to like expel the group or so that's on Steam or something like that? I don't know. It was something like that specifically. I meant sus, my bad. I was about to say sass. Man, I never knew it was such a sassy name.
Are partners with, and it's very crucial to know.
I don't know. It's just sus all around, to be honest.
It's such an insane situation.
Also, who the hell calls himself Sweet Baby Inc? That's such a weird name, to be honest, for a company. I'm just saying, you know, that's just weird.
And where Sweet Baby and these other companies, they don't want you to know what they're working on because their name is now negative. It is something that does not sell games. In fact, it does the exact opposite. You would think if this company was so proud of themselves, they would want everyone to
say it originally released before SBI became well known or in the early days of it, but now that everyone is hard scoping everything SBI has touched. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's actually very interesting. When is it getting, do you know when is it getting its new DLC for Spider-Man 2? To be honest, if it wasn't Sleeping trying to cancel him, it won't even gain this much attraction. Yeah, that's true. But they were, yeah, if they did, if like Sweet Baby Inc. was just kind of like didn't really care, right? If there were just a bunch of people who just like working or so, right? And this shit didn't like offend them, right? This Cabrutus guy, right? It wouldn't probably have not gotten this massive attraction. But ever since they were trying to attack Cabrutus, and trying to find dirt and, you know, and all this other shit, you know, it kind of like, you know, it kind of, well, you know, kind of exploded into all of this, you know.
But that is not the case. They know they do shabby work, and they know that gamers don't want anything attached to them. But let's talk about this game. Let's talk about Flintlock, because this is
I heard something about getting it getting a release this fall, but I can't remember exactly dates. Okay, that'll be interesting to see what happens or so. Hey guys, I added another game to my curator list. The game is called Flintlock: A Siege of Dawn. As shown in the physical copy of the Edge magazine, it involves Kim Blair, Sweet Baby Inc. CEO. Ooh, I see. I have waited a bit before deciding to add this one because the dev from Flintlock team reached to me through my mail stating that they eradicated the Sweet Baby Inc. part and basically remade it completely. At this point, together with my staff, I have decided to give them the chance to prove this, allowing us to access the game's pre-release and asking their manager to have a conversation with me. They openly refused on both points, leaving me without any way to confirm what they were telling to us. This doesn't speak very well about them. So yeah, new game in the list. Ooh. Oh man, so instead of just like saying, yeah, sure, we can have a conversation, we can have like an interview or something like that, you know, they were like, nah fam, nah. Yeah, Yeah. Also, SBI is called that because the people that started the company, whenever they worked with a company that was very receptive to their suggestions, after they were done, they'd say that company was a sweet baby. What the hell? That's so weird.
A very interesting case of a company inviting in Sweet Baby and DEI initiatives and then completely collapsing and hamstringing its own success. So a lot of this started back in 2024, earlier this year, about 3 or 4 months ago, where people like Kabrutus made a very interesting discovery about Flintlock. And he would add this game to the curation list because they found out through a very interesting source, a physical copy of Edge magazine, where there's a section involving Kim Belair, the Sweet Baby Inc. CEO. Now let's check out this passage right here. You can see as they're describing Flintlock, they mention directly for Flintlock, it was Tops Harjo who brought on Kim Belair. Now this name will be very important. She was the former COO at this company, and the first...
Thank you for the follow as well. Welcome, Neyman. Welcome. My name is Nyaru. I'm in the Nyaru Reacts VTuber. That's the #1 time mommy. Hello, greetings. Welcome.
Thing she did when she came in was...
Oh my god, it's Stumbo. Hey, Stumbo. Thank you for the follow as well. Well, I kind of already did my my intro, so... But yes, my name is Nyaru. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay here as always.
Bring in Sweet Baby with her. And wow, who would have thought the game would fall apart as soon as that happened? So Kim Belair is someone you guys should know and recognize. She is the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc. She
writer, narrative designer, and CEO of Sweet Baby Inc. Quote unquote writer, quote unquote narrative designer. I just feel like the original writer, right? The script that writes the actual game. All she does is takes a look at the script and then just changes things. Like literally just changes the skin tone. Changes, okay, this character is supposed to be black, or this girl is supposed to be, brown or something, or change this character up, or change this person to be gay or something, or whatnot. I don't think that's really much of a writer personally, right? Because I write my own stories. Granted, it's been a while since I wrote my own stories, but I've had over 25 stories under my belt or so specifically, and I usually never let anyone do stuff like that. So funny thing is, I was literally just watching one of your YouTube videos. Major Luck, you're streaming right now too. Hey, welcome. My YouTube frogs, my YouTube community. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Personally, I don't personally think my videos are that great, but because there's certain content that I want to make, but unfortunately, I'm pretty small and I don't really have that much. I don't really have that much stuff that I can do to do certain things. So yeah,
very hard.
Unfortunately,
for her quote where she said that you should.
And that's why you got to start off small and then work your way up to some of the the bigger content. So nah, Mega Base, big fan already. Well, he's twerking it. I'm glad to see my YouTube frog community coming over here, to come hang out with me with my Twitch community as well. Hopefully we get more so to come by. I'll be excited to see more of my YouTube community up in here.
If they don't work with people like Sweet Baby. Now, around that time back in March, the next day after Kabrutus's discovery, you have Mark Kern here who made a long thread about this game, going further into the many issues that happened around the time Sweet Baby got involved with the game. So here's the thread saying, proof Sweet Baby Inc. ruins games. SBI game Flintlock by A44 Games has been overrun by woke. And here's a quote from a source from that company saying, I used to work there. Flintlock was a good project with lots of potential. Then it was ruined.
Oh. Huh.
And he says, before I go further, please note that this is a rumor from a source that seems very knowledgeable about the studio's inner workings. Take that as it is. If others would like to verify, please DM me. and also that the CEO and COO at A44 no longer work with the company, but the damage was already done before they...
Wait, they don't work with the company anymore? What? Are you serious? Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh my god, can I have a single week without a sub being gifted to me? No, Maki, no. They bailed. Yeah, dude, they hella jump ship. I feel like they hella jump ship. The good devs at A44, I tell you how to fix it at the end of this thread.
Left. Now here's some of the damage we're talking about. So, did you know the protagonist of Flintlock used to be white?
There it is. There it is, chat. There it is. Here it is. Here, this is what I've heard or so, that the main character was supposed to be white, but they changed it to, well, her. So it's always interesting when former writers come forward to talk about how the project started out great and it was ruined by political correctness ideology. No, tell me about it.
When COO and casting director Andrea Tops Harjo joined the studio, her first actions were to change the character to hire Sweet Baby Inc. and change the main character to a person of color. Now, you can already hear like the games journalists and the developers saying, oh, people just don't want to see minorities in video games. That's not why people are confused by this move. They're confused because it seems like a very obvious attempt to diversify this game when you had an existing character and then you race swap them. Clearly just to follow through on...
You know, if the character was originally white, right? If the character was originally supposed to be white, right? But then you changed it into the person of color. Technically it's called blackwashing, isn't it? So, dollars to donuts. The character was gonna be white and probably a redhead. Could have been. It could have been a redhead. Actually, I wouldn't mind that. Actually, to be honest. Miss the days when video games were made strictly by nerds. Yeah. Games used to be fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Sweet Baby Inc.'s agenda. I mean, it's not a coincidence that happened as soon as Sweet Baby was tagged along on this project. On top of that, there's claims that Tops Harjo is rumored to have used the company's funds and manpower to power her personal agenda and projects on initiatives not related to the game or even to the studio itself. That is a very...
Whoa! Oh shit! Wait, one such initiative that I found is Inclusion FX, the VFX company and advocacy company with shades of Sweet Baby Inc. Here is the bio from the company. She held this position at Flintlock at the same time she ran Inclusion FX. I asked and confirmed, yeah, I have witnessed our UI artists making art assets for its website as their sprint tasks. Oh, whoa. Okay, I see.
Very crazy thing if it is true. And you can see down here from someone, the source who used to work at the company, they say this. Yeah, I have witnessed our UI artists making art assets for its website as their sprint tasks. Basically, having these people do these tasks to, I guess, test their performance, but it's creating work for our own personal agenda, which, again, if that is true, that is absolutely outrageous. In the thread, we continue saying this: aside from working with Sweet Baby Inc. and making changes to the game, Andrea also directed numerous changes in HR in her role as COO. In 2021, most developers were denied raises and evaluations were postponed for at least 6 months. Andrea told HR to inform anyone who complained or asked questions that the reason is because I said so.
It's because I said so. Wow. Actually kind of insane, to be honest. What kind of response is that? She also ordered the HR department to hide the salaries of the top execs of the company. HR tried to help, but were unable to get past this. The team was worried about the studio's finances. Meanwhile, the new hires and changes to the game resulted in a project where these people know nothing about how video games is made. Holy shit. Oh my. So you're telling me that these people do not know how video games are made. That is actually crazy. Hey Shimu. So it's not only politically motivated and centered games, but it looks like it runs like garbage because it was rush makes sense. Oh, man, dude. When are companies going to learn that anything that Sweet Baby Inc touches is just going to just not do well, you know? Are people are gonna ever gonna learn or something like that? Like what's going on here? Like
She also ordered the HR departments to hide the salaries of the top execs from the company. HR tried to help, but they were unable to get past this. The team was worried about the studio finances. Meanwhile, the new hires and changes to the game resulted in a project where, in quotes, these people knew nothing about how a video game is made, end quote. On top of that, you can see after nearly 2 years of these DI changes at A44, the damage had been done, and at that point, the studio was purchased for $175 million, which, as he points out, is an unusually high sum for a small studio, by Kepler Interactive in September of 2021, a gaming collective fund whose founder also founded the Kowloon Knights Gaming Fund. It was at that point where Audra, the COO, left the company, and a lot of people might think that that is basically the attempt to salvage the situation because it was already such a mess when she brought on not only herself but also Sweet Baby a few years back. On top of that, when these discoveries were made by people like Cabrutus, people reached out to A44, right? And they wanted to see, is this true? Was Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement with this game? Was that something that actually happened?
wow.
And it seemed very clear there was. And the studio would try to deny this, but they wouldn't provide any proof. And they claim that Sweet Baby's no longer involved in the changes.
They're counting on the normies to not dig deeper into why games are like this and just accept it. They're thereby changing and ingraining this ideology into the culture and winning the long con. The informed people are such a minority that we're not a real concern yet. I feel like there needs to be more smart people, in my personal opinion. I'm
Have
just
been all
saying.
reversed. And there's no proof that any of those things happened. The proof that Sweet Baby's no longer involved, and the proof that the changes that they made were actually reversed. There's no proof of that. And on top of that, if you go further in this Kepler Interactive group, this Lizzie Kane individual, who is the senior operations and grown manager, would get very upset when Mark Kern made that thread questioning some of the practices within this company. And this was her reaction. Absolutely fuming, vibrating off the effing plane of reality. This piss weak pseudo-journalism that the far-right gamer gators are taking is so vile. Incredible to see in real time and closer to home how wrong Grums is and how damaging he and his weird troop are. I mean, there's nothing more...
Isn't it trope? I thought it was trope.
Like weird than having to censor a person's name. Like, what is this guy, Voldemort to you or something? But yeah, that is a pretty embarrassing reaction. And now we fast forward to the actual release of Flintlock, and
Smart people, I just want to be.
it is a complete disaster. You can see a lot of the recent reports showing a
Yeah, I didn't even finish Alan Wake 2 because I took a break a little bit because of other games that popped up or so during the time of it. Once I heard information specifically that Saga Anderson was supposedly originally, like, you know, a white person, right? I just kind of uninstalled the game afterwards. I was like, you know what, I'm okay. I'm not gonna finish this game if that's what they decide to do, is that they decide to rewrite their character. So that was like shown a long time ago. So yeah. It just seems like the age of live and let lives has ended. Now we have to fight for what we love to stay what we love. That's true. That's true. At the end of the day, right? Me specifically, is like, I eventually want kids, right? But like, I kind of don't want kids on the western side of the hemisphere now these days. That kind of just makes me not want to have one, because especially these weird ideologies that these people are trying to ingrain on the young youth or so, and trying to brainwash them basically. Yeah, I kind of don't want that personally. Thank you very much. So
Peak of 469 active players. Yeah, you don't need to know too much about the gaming sphere to know that is absolutely terrible, especially for a high budget project like this.
It's
And you
pretty
can
bad
see,
now.
literally day one, they're already applying 10% discounts on this game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They put I forgot that they put a discount on their game.
Yeah, absolute disaster.
Ay, ay,
Sweet
ay.
Baby Inc. has killed another game, and that is not surprising, and that is again why it's so important to have DEI detected and Sweet Baby Inc. detected to figure out where these companies are working and see their connection to Sweet Baby and what they're working on, so you can avoid those products because they tend to be absolute garbage. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys listening. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Of course. Thank you. Thank you, Rev, as always, giving us the information of what we need or so, especially for these kinds of things, and then I can just share them around or spread them around specifically and then add my own commentary to it specifically. So what do I think? What do I personally think? It's wow. Originally, she was supposed to be white, and then they changed her to a person of color because of Sweet Baby Inc. And then apparently, whoever they brought on aboard, they were using the company funds for her own malicious stuff. So yeah, Kirby used vacuum. Hey Kirby, how you doing there, hun? Thank you for the followers. So my name is Sunako Nyaru. I'm a Nyaru VTuber, also #1 Dummy Mommy. Hello, greetings, welcome. Suicide Squad is also getting shut down next year due to the low players and poor reviews. Last I heard, it was average like 300 players. Oh yeah, I haven't even checked out that game actually. Let me check out. Let me see. Let's take a look, because that's also another thing that Sweet Baby Inc. also touched as well. It's just so weird how they did all the superheroes, to be honest. Like, Superman dies to bullets. Like, what the fuck? How's that even possible, you know? Is this Suicide Squad? Here we go. Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. Let's see. 300? 300? Yeah. Is it better? Wait, is it better than Flintlock? Hold on, I'm curious. No, Flintlock beats it by a little bit. So beats it by like 200. Beats it by like 200. Right now they're playing. There's only 169 players playing it. So right now there's 200 people playing it. So Suicide Squad is doing a little bit better than than Flintlock. Just a little bit, I heard that they added Mrs. Freeze, and apparently Mrs. Freeze is a lesbian, apparently, which is kind of weird, but she kind of gives me like very weird lesbian vibe, which I'm not really too a fan of her design personally. I would have preferred let me see. I've seen this. Let me see. Yeah, I was like, didn't she have like long hair or something like that? I was like wondering. I was like, I thought she had like long hair, but apparently this is what they got specifically. I'm not really a huge fan of it personally, right? Yeah, that's what it kind of gives me. I think personally I would have preferred something like this. I think it would have been nice. Hey Dim, thank you for the follower. So yeah, or the white hair, or at least the white hair version of that. Yeah, it would have been nice. I think white hair would have been so nice to see, because Mrs. Freeze, would have been cool. But anyways, what is a dad joke? A dad joke is an antidote to life's problems that don't need to be solved, because so many problems don't have solutions. Sometimes need to dilute the pollution. You just need a little pun to have some fun, and to shun those shadows away. To plant seeds in the sun, falling fruits from trees. In other words, these nuts. Man, motherfucker, I swear to God. Why not? Why not Killer Frost? Killer Frost. Let me see. I don't know much about this stuff. Let me see. Oh yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah, I think like the blonde or whitish kind of hair, like the pale blonde or so. I think it would have been better personally. I think, but we all know for a fact they're not gonna do it because she's hot, right? Because she's, these characters are a lot more hotter, right? So unfortunately, yeah. But anyways, like I said, Sweet Baby Inc. Yeah, they killed another game. So, well, Lord of Behold, and it is what it is, and yeah. I got a chuckle at least. Hot is taboo is the entertainment industry. Hot is taboo. What do you mean by that, Dim? But yeah, anyways, you guys can leave me down in the comment sections down below. You guys can let me know what you guys think about Flintlock if you guys tried it out, Let me know what you guys think about the game, I'm personally not gonna go play it. I'm gonna go play Tekken 8, to be honest. I'm gonna go play Tekken 8. I think Killer Frost died in the Suicide Squad animated movie that was set in the Arkham universe. Oh, I see. Yeah, I forgot she's hot. Big no in SBI. In SBI's, yeah, she did. Yeah. Unfortunately. Hey, King, how you been, hun? But yeah, anyways, you guys, let me down. Let me know what you guys think about it. To be honest, it is what it is. And hey, at least we have Assassin's Creed Shadows to look forward to, right, guys? Right? Aren't you guys excited for Assassin's Creed Shadows? Also, thank you for the follow. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Peace.